Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I purchased a small tabletop CNC machine. Came in this little box. It's made by Genmitsu. It is the 3018 Pro CNC router. It can be upgraded to come with a laser. I don't think I got this one with the laser because I had no use for the laser. But basically, it's a very small CNC machine, and the only reason I need it is to inlay my logo into the peg heads of these custom guitars that I'm making. Because let me show you, well, first of all, so these are the logos. I have a laser engraver person that makes these for me. I used to cut them by hand, which took about 6 hours each. But the thing is, these need to be inlaid into these peg heads over here, right? These are some that I've done by hand. This is kind of what they look like, right? But problem is, inlaying these to make them fit like a puzzle piece is very time consuming, and I think it'll take me less time to figure out how to set up and run this thing than it would take me to inlay a single one of these things. Not only we're gonna have to set it up and figure out the program and how to carve, but we also need to figure out how to inlay on a, see, this thing is, there's an angle here, so I need to make a jig for this to fit into the platform so it can inlay the peg head. I can't inlay the peg head beforehand because I'm never sure where that logo is gonna go. It needs to be extremely accurate alongside these dots. I can't inlay it beforehand, otherwise I would. It would make things so much easier. I guess let's put it together and see how it works. I didn't really film yesterday when I first got this machine because I was learning it and I didn't have time to film. I didn't have time to do anything except stress over how to get this thing working. So after, this is a cheap little machine. It was under $200, and it's although it's very, very sturdy, the connectors, I don't have it set up to move this back, but in here there's a sleeve just like this. This is the same exact sleeve. It has 2 set screws, one on each side, to connect this to like the little stepper motors, but these things keep coming loose, and when they come loose, the table can't move correctly, and then my logos end up looking like a 3-year-old did them. I basically ended up epoxying them solid so they don't move, and I didn't have the right bits to do it, but like I said, I just got the bits in today. We're gonna go ahead and put these in there, little 1/32 inch or 1 millimeter cutter head for this. So yeah, it's just this machine is specifically for routing into my peg heads and possibly fingerboards in the future. So these bits just came in the mail. We'll figure that out later. In the meantime, while I was waiting for that, I decided to go ahead and start, well, these guitars are in finish. And now I'm just inlaying magnets. I decided to make a little template on how to inlay the magnets into the back of this and where to put the screws here. So now there's no ugly screws. It's magnetic. I've been doing that since 2003. But most other guitar companies, I've never seen it before, but people won't do it because it's just too much effort. But the results are so worth it. All right, so I just finished this one, the template and everything. Now I'm gonna go on to those two. And if we get the CNC rolling, we'll be able to do some inlays and put these necks in the finish as well. The necks don't get nearly as much finish as the bodies. I like to just tongue oil the necks. It's only a couple coats. I'm not in a big rush to even get those in the finish, but the bodies, those things I'm keeping a schedule here. I even made a little finished checkoff sheet so I can keep track of it easier than, like, normally I would just put a little tag here to, you can read my hieroglyphics. Basically, it shows coat number 1 done at 9:30, coat number 2 done at 10:30. I didn't have enough room there, so I just decided to make a little chart there to make it easier. Oh yeah, I got my new router. Finally, I found one in Ohio at a hardware store. After scouring the internet, I found one. And yeah, this is the 1/2-inch chuck. My other one is the 1/4-inch chuck. This is necessary for routing the perimeters of the bodies, because on these bodies, even though I used the 1/4-inch router, it took forever and I had blowouts and like, I don't know if you can tell. Well, I can't even tell. One of these necks blew out. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Okay, 2 days of messing around with this thing. I think I can do it. Okay, so this is a little bit scary, but I think we should be okay. The only thing I'm not 100% sure of is the positioning of this cutter head to the body, to the neck itself. I did do a few test cuts, like over here on a trace out of it. I should be okay. The thing I'm most worried about is this being closer than 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. This I'm not worried about. That I'm not worried about. It's just this tip right here. I could move it, the entire thing down a little bit, but I want it to be right there. So let's go ahead and try it. What's the worst that can happen? Turn on the spindle. The spindle is on. Move this guy out of the way. And let's see if I lined it up correctly. Uh-oh. I think we're too far over. I think we'll be okay. All right, so this, the carve time for this thing is like 3 minutes. It only takes one pass at a time, and it takes small passes. That'll be, it's a little too close, but it'll be fine. I know for next time to start closer to the edge. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how it looks. Oh, yeah, that's actually great. I would like it to be over this way about a 1/16 of an inch, so I know for next time, but that's definitely fine for a prototype. Okay, now we just glue it in there, sand it flat, and then we can get this neck into finish. There's no way that I have ever done inlay that's that good. So that machine, that little purchase right there, under 200 bucks. Not only is it saving me time, but the results are better. So I'm really happy with that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the other peg heads next. Yeah, on this neck, I had a blowout, and you can see when I did it in the other video and how I repaired it, but right here, it's basically completely blown out, but I took a sliver of maple. If I zoom in, you can actually see the seam where the patch is, but I was able to salvage this neck. All right, so a good solid hour of laying this thing out. It should be carving the logo, so I can fit this in there like a puzzle piece. It's gonna take about an hour to carve. So you're not supposed to leave this alone, so I'm kind of just watching it. The main thing is I don't want it to hit any of these bolts or anything, but it shouldn't. This thing shows you the carve path, and it doesn't seem like it overlaps any of the bolts or anything, so we should be good to go. I just let it carve, let it do its thing, edit a video in the meantime, keep my ears open, and I can probably hook up this vacuum system to it at some point. I'll hook it to the head here somehow, but it really doesn't make that much dust. I'm only going a 1/16 of an inch deep, but man, it's doing a way better job than I could do myself. All right, so I'm really happy with the results of that. That's about a 1/16 of an inch inlaid into the wood. So it's curly maple inlaid into the walnut. And all I had to do was program the computer to do it. And that work right there is much better than I can do by hand. I couldn't be happier with it. The machine takes a little bit longer than some other machines, but even if this thing ran for 6 hours straight, I would be totally happy with it, because instead of me doing that work, I could be doing other stuff, right? So this is so good. Not a sponsor of the show, but if anybody's interested in it, I can leave a link in the description. If this is something that you think can help you, there you go. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.